is
No, Mark
rubbery.
Samus is really good. He used to train with Lit a lot. He was probably who was New England's best Samus. So he definitely knows a lot about the character.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not sleeping on Mark Samus, but
I just don't know why is he going Samus out of all, like, he's playing Jigglypuff. This is gonna be like a 5-minute. This is gonna be like a five-minute game type set. I don't know. It just seems kind of arbitrary. Like, why would he pick?
because he likes playing Samus. He thinks the character's fun. He just in general enjoys, the character. If you play against Spawn Samus in friendlies,
Yeah, Spawn Samus is good.
No, he will stay Samus no matter what. It does not matter. I have gone Sheik on him about 50 times in a row and beaten his Samus, and he'll just stay Samus. He just likes the character that much that he's willing to take whatever.
Whatever
bad
but that's like in friendlies. This is tourney. Maybe Spawn or maybe Mark just doesn't care, or Spawn doesn't care.
Mark plays this game for fun.
Yeah, he's been playing for
it's
so
hard to
long.
believe, but we do play video games for fun
Yeah,
here.
that's true. Mark has also been playing for so long, so he's pretty much like seen it all. Mark also has a really good Fox. I wonder if we'll see it this set.
Mark also has an incredibly good Falco.
Yeah. So, funny story, according to Mark, he actually beat Hungrybox and Falco Dittos when they were both housing somewhere in like Georgia at Georgia's or something. And when Hungrybox offered to money match him in Falco Dittos afterwards, Mark was just like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, that spike was really solid, but wasn't able to capitalize on it. Jigglypuff's recovery is pretty nice.
The other thing I think you will see with a player like Mark is that they'll kind of take their time to sort of figure out the other player. Then after like 2 minutes, they'll just have them downloaded. I think Mark is especially that kind of. It's like that old school type fundamental, like the different things that they pick up. Like you don't lose those over time.
I think Mark is significantly different than every other top player in the state, just simply due to the fact that he will never approach you, like ever. And I think Samus definitely complements that, because Samus is a character that doesn't really have any like solid approach option. However, she can punish really hard when she does, get that down smash or one of her openers, like her forward tilt or up tilt, and open up into some pretty neat two-piece combos. Peanut can't seem to get in or land right now. Spawn's obviously not going to go for grab. He's just gonna kind of wall with up tilt right now and pistols.
Mark used to actually be the best player at UConn. He was ranked #1 before I started playing. He was actually UConn's top player, I think. And he's still. I think if he still went to UConn, he would probably have an argument for top player if it wasn't for Matt, I think. But I don't know. Again, Mark Samus is somewhat different than his Sheik, different than his Fox or Falco.
By somewhat, you mean different?
Yeah, by somewhat, I'm underplaying how different it is.
Spawn definitely is a. I might go as far as to say he's almost mastered Sheik as a character.
I think he certainly mastered the edge guarding aspect of Sheik. His edge guards as Sheik in like almost every matchup are just like incredible.
Last time, one of the things that Spawn Sheik recently has done is he went to a hog within like the past couple months, and he just beat everybody and ended up almost beating Swift in set 2 of Grand Finals.
Yeah, Mark's good.
With all Sheik, so,
Mark could...
Don't sleep on this kid.
Yeah, Mark could take the tourney today, honestly.
If he can take Swift base with Samus, then definitely. Although, I think that Doom is going to be a huge obstacle for him because Mark doesn't like Samus versus Pete. But Mark
just go Sheik!
He's stubborn. Like, the last time I played Mark in tournament, I I went peak on him every single game, and he refused to switch.
I just like
So,
don't understand why.
He has fun playing the character.
I guess.
That's all it is. He just likes Samus. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He wants to stay Samus. Then I mean, he got farther than I did today. That's for sure. So
Yeah. How did you end up finishing?
I took Swift to game 3 in winners.
Nice.
But I kind of busted out at the end. Made a bunch of bad decisions.
Who did you lose to in losers?
I lost to Subi. I'm not quite. I don't know what it was, but I was kind of off technical. Like my tech skill was kind of off with Marth, which is like a weird thing for people to hear. Is they don't think of Marth as a very technical
Yeah,
character.
no,
but
Marth is. I feel so on and off on different days with Marth. At SEMI, I felt pretty on, or the Yukon monthly, I felt on, and today I just played really badly. Even in the sets I won, I didn't play very well, and it was just kind of brutal. But enough about that. Back to the match. Mark doing his usual, not approaching, shooting missiles.
He's doing a good job at pressuring though. He's maintaining center stage and like making sure that Peanut doesn't feel too comfortable.
What do you think of Peanut's decision to go back?
I think Peanut. Well, like where else would you really bring Samus? I mean, unless he's confident in his edge guarding abilities, Dreamland wouldn't necessarily be the best pick. Obviously, he's not going to go to Fountain because Samus is really good on Fountain.
I've also noticed Mark really likes that fake grappling beam. That kind of like puts him up at that really weird angle, and then he'll like drop back the ledge.
No, Mark is a huge advocate of the tether recovery. Yeah, he practiced it for an extremely long time, and I have not seen him mess it up very often, if at all. I don't think I've seen him miss it today at all, actually. Him and Dimitri played for, I think, like 3 hours, like friendlies before the event started, so I can definitely say Mark's warmed up. How he's going to find this kill on Jigs, I'm not sure, because there's no incentive to approach, but an upkill will take it.
I guess.
Once Jigs has the lead, I don't really think she has any incentive to approach.
I'm not gonna lie, this is brutal to watch. I like Samus as a character. I can appreciate the different like player-to-player interactions and double floaty matchups. But my God, Mark is making this really difficult.
Play to win.
Yeah, I respect. Hey man, I respect that. I think if I was in his spot, I'd do the same damn thing. So this is not hatred for Mark. I just think it's kind of funny
that this matchup has to happen.
Yeah,
on stream.
This is part of our beloved melee. But honestly, like as much as I'm talking about how like much it's boring or whatever, like I think in double floaty matchups you can especially see intent in different like decisions on stage much easier than you can in like more faster matchups. So I think like it's a necessary evil to watch floaty dittos and try to understand them if you're trying to understand like player intent.
I came from Brawl, so this actually is normal for me. So,
Brawl's hard, dude. That's like people like a lot of melee people like sort of like trash talk Brawl, but I think it's one of the most like deliberate games you could possibly.
It's because there's no like real. Well, there is a technical barrier, but it's like it's so specific that it never really gets brought up. But because there's like no hit stun and stuff like that, it's a lot more reliant on reads and like you have to win neutral way more in Brawl than you do in melee. That's not debatable. You have to win neutral more. Because just combos aren't that big of a thing.
Did you ever compete nationally in Brawl?
I got into like the top 3 in my region, like top 3, top 4. But I never really got to travel that much because of like school and not having a car. So
yeah, I feel it.
I Yeah.
This actually kind of, this is getting, I thought this was going to be like Mark taking it pretty solidly. Peanut is showing some sort of matchup knowledge. I wonder if that comes from any sort of Samus experience.
It's just because I think Peanut's playing more safe. More safe and more patient. When you stop getting hit by all the missiles and the charge shots, then Samus isn't really all that scary. But granted, if you're not used to it, it's really hard to avoid getting hit by all the missiles and the charge shots and
all of like the little like crouch. Samus is basically crouch cancel like the character. I feel crouch cancel and wave dash back. But again, like I don't think she's like an overpowered character or anything. But I think it's important to like. I don't know. I think it's important to acknowledge like the sort of thing she represents as a character and like different aspects of like fundamentals that you have to have in order to beat her.
No, it definitely teaches you to not sleep on another character at low percentages.
Or even high percent. Yeah, even when they're at high percentages and you're at low percentage, you still gotta outwork them. You know, it's not like a fast follower where you might have a guaranteed setup into something else.
Guaranteed kill setups on Samus are non-existent, except in this matchup.
Sheik also.
Sheik, but it's so hard to. Oh wait, yeah. Well, it's kind of weird because there's this kind of weird DI that Samus can do sometimes that kind of get her out of down throw fair. I've realized.